sun never come. Darling, I have to fly. Please don't ask me why. Don't cry. Goodbye, my love. Bad, bad Oklahoma. Only home I know. Bad, bad Oklahoma. The stale winds have blown. There's a long line heading west. A land of landless men. Man, man, Oklahoma, till we meet again. Oh, we living inside a vision of a garden where we die. Oh, forbidden to eat the fruit of any root from another sky. There are gates I've read about where flowers bloom before too long. And it calls, it calls, it calls a heavy song. Goodbye, goodbye, my love. Goodbye, goodbye, my love. Goodbye, goodbye, my love. Bad, bad Oklahoma, only home I know. Bad, bad Oklahoma, the stale winds have blown. There's a long line heading west, the land of landless men. Bad, bad Oklahoma.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again. Happy Thursday. It is not Thursday. It's not Tuesday. It is Thursday. We are here for the NFL Week 3 preview show. How you guys feeling today? You ready for a big week of football?
Ready, my guy. Let's go.
Dude,
Definitely ready.
Happy Thursday. It is
in
Thursday. Fact Thursday.
Yeah, it is Thursday.
Yes.
Can confirm.
It's been a hell of a week. It's been a
Tuesday night
of a
football,
week.
though. Hopefully someday, right?
Dude,
One day.
hopefully we just get NFL
future of
football
the league.
every day of the week. It'll fuck up everyone's schedule, but it'll be a good time, you know?
And possibly the players'
Yeah.
lives, but
Yeah,
it's our entertainment, baby.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's for the fans. Do it for the fans, Goodell. Come on. Do something. Do something for the fans. And hey, it'll make him more money too. So, well, as I said, welcome back. We have a big preview for you guys. We have about an hour and 15 minutes until Thursday night football kickoff. So before that starts, we're going to run through every matchup this week. We're going to give you our thoughts on the spreads, on the over-unders, who we like, who we don't like. This is going to be a fun show. I'm excited to be back for a Thursday. So,
Yes, sir.
that being said, let's just get on into it, boys. We don't have a whole lot of time, so let's just start real quick.
Before we dive into the slate, we
Yes.
should recap the standings.
Oh, we should. Excuse me.
And let
yes.
everybody know where we're
Yes. So, currently,
Who's the best picker?
Through the last 3 weeks of football, I want to bring something up with the commissioner at some point. John didn't pick week 1, so his percentage is great. So, John is in first place at 22-10 with a 69% pick rate. Nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. Then in second place, unfortunately he is not here to speak for himself, we have Tom at 32-16 at 66% picking rate. So he's right behind John. And then we have Matt at 30-18 in third place with a 63% pick rate. There's kind of a pattern, a lot of threes. Three threes going on there, dude. Magic number. Then it takes a little steep dive down. You got me, unfortunately, in fourth. That's me. That's me, your guy right here, this guy.
It's me.
I am at 26-22 at a 54% pick rate. So I do want to say we're all over 50%. So if we're betting, we're in the green, baby. So I just want to throw that out there. So
were you bringing up the commissioner thing? Like, are you saying John right now is kind of like the Dodgers World Series last year?
I think there might need to be an asterisk on that record. I mean, I think maybe he needs to go back and find a way to pick week 1 and not look at the standings.
I do want to say that I will happily...
I almost went back and was just like, he would have done this.
Yeah, I will happily turn over my text records. I am on record as saying that I will accept a record from you guys, the commissioner, that was a negative record because I was not here and missed the week 1 pick. So I'm on record as stating that I'm down to take the L for week 1.
See, but that's not very entertaining, is it? I think we should have you on week 18. On week 18, you should have to go back and pick week 1 without looking at the matchups. That would be my guess.
I'd be down.
I think that would be fun to when we tally up the finals. You have to go back and look at the week 1. Try and find a week 1 schedule that doesn't have scores on it. Maybe we'll provide it for you, and you have to pick them. And you have to pick them. Okay. That could be fun.
Okay.
I kind of like that idea.
Okay. Let's put that in the back pocket.
See, it's not going to be as big a deal later in the season when there's a bunch of games under our belt, but when you miss 1 out of 3, it's a little more glaring. So
exactly.
We'll see. It's only a big deal if he gets first, and then it's super controversial.
Yeah. Then we need. We're gonna do the classic
what's
A gap.
What's the prize here? What are we doing?
I mean, True Grit says let's make some Mayo bets on the line.
Oh no.
God.
Classic Mayo bets. We still have not paid off on those, but we haven't had the full slate since we made those bets. So.
I'll pay off at Colbchella.
I'm down. Speaking of Colbchella, I made some.
Right before I
fun little
too many beers
things.
anyway. Need to puke. I'll just do a little Mayo bet.
It's like, all right, here we go. Oh shit, boys. All right, so yeah, as Young Lunk said, we're all above 500. We love that. Hopefully we all stay above 500, but this week will be interesting. There's a lot of interesting matchups, specifically on the betting side. We'll get into that in a bit here. So I'm just going to start us off real quick on the first matchup. So what we're going to do the Sunday games first. Then we're going to hit Sunday night, Monday night, and then dive into Thursday night shortly before kickoff so that all the takes are fresh in everybody's mind when they're watching the game tonight. So first on the slate, we've got Panthers versus Cowboys. We've got the Panthers at plus 4.5 with the money line of plus 175, and the Cowboys at minus 4.5, obviously, and the over/under set at 52. So I'm gonna open the floor, gentlemen. What do you think about this matchup?
You want to go first, Maddie, or me?
You go.
So for me, the big thing for the Panthers obviously is the CMC injury. That's going to be huge for them because the Cowboys have a good run defense. They're only averaging or allowing 70 yards right now. So with that big thing taken away from the Panthers offense, I think the Cowboys can go in they're in fucking Dallas, aren't they?
At Jerry World. Yep.
They are at Jerry World.
I don't even know what
you had a long night last night. you previewed it on Tuesday. Give a quick recap. Let people know what you're feeling right now.
Bayside is undefeated. They, for 21 years, have put on just this amazing show, and last night was no different. I am today realizing why 30-year-olds don't belong in the pit unless, hey, Drewski, I'll follow you into a pit anyway.
There we go.
But
hell yeah.
My voice is shot.
Ultimate
I'm screaming. Oh yeah, ultimate, dude. That guy will get you anywhere you want to go at a concert. Just he'll get you to the front. That he's an expert. But yeah, man, I'm feeling it today. Great concert though. I highly recommend.
So we we really commend you for being here. And
Hey,
for
you're a good
scratchy
soldier.
voice and all, you're here, baby. It's all that matters.
And no
I'm
shade, but
ready to
somebody's
talk
not
some
here.
ball.
Yeah,
So.
somebody's
You're a
not here
trooper.
and is on vacation. Who would take vacation from a podcast?
Who does that?
Dear
Jesus, yeah.
God,
Who does that?
despicable. But we do have his picks, so
True.
I'll start off just the pick'em. I guess we don't. Maddie, what do you think about the matchup? Let's talk a little bit about it. We don't need to rush this.
Yeah, I agree with John. The Panthers being down, CMC sucks for them. They lost
Big time.
J.C. Horn, their stud rookie corner. They traded for C.J. Henderson, but even so, I don't think their O-line's good enough. I think that the Cowboys are going to have a nice win at Jerry World. I'm actually really liking the under as well. It's 52.
I was looking at that too.
Yep.
Yeah, the under is quite nice. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I've got the Cowboys at -4.5 as a lock. I mean, they have surprisingly, when you bet on the Cowboys, you usually get sad. But this season, I think I'll have to double check my stats, but they might be undefeated against the spread this year. And I think they're just being underevaluated by Vegas. And I mean, 4.5 on Panthers without CMC, bad offensive line, like you guys said. I'm gonna hammer that bet. So
It's moved to 4, but I'll still take it.
Oh, it's moved to 4. That's even better.
Yep.
Even better. So there you go. So I'm taking Cowboys. I'm gonna probably take Cowboys straight up in the pick'em as well. How are you guys feeling on the pick'em?
I love it. I'm
definitely
putting
Cowboys.
some money on it right now on the spread.
All right. Well, Matt, I'm gonna have to ask you.
No Panther growl.
That's what I'm gonna ask because our boy Tom actually did take the Panthers in this matchup. So can we get a Panther growl just for Tom? And it
So
could be a
just for
sad
Tom.
one. It could be a sad one too.
Tom is going to go with the Carolina Panthers at Jerry World with his boy Sammy Darnold, who he loves. Tom is a huge Sam Darnold guy, so he's taking Panthers all the way.
There we go, baby. All right, Tom trying to get a little sneaky with his picks maybe here. Try and sneak one in on us. I mean, hell, he's been looking good all year, so maybe he knows something that
I'm
we
finding
don't.
that's not the strategy.
It's
like
not.
when you try to be the contrarian, you kind of get fucked.
That's exactly what's happened to me. Is I've tried to be like when we did this the last few weeks, everybody would go and then I would pick last, and it's like if everybody picked the same, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna pick different, and I'm now in last place. So I'm probably gonna be a little more in line with the boys for the next few weeks and try and get my numbies up. All right, let's move on to
Numbies.
we got to get the numbies up, dude. We got to get the numbies up. Shout out Son of a Boy Dad. Those guys are fucking great. All right, moving on to the next game. We have the Brownies at -2 taking on the Vikings at +2 with an over-under of 51.5. I'm going to open this one up. This is a game, even looking at the spread, this is going to be a close game. Vikings showed up big last week. They could keep that momentum going. I do believe Justin Jefferson is maybe questionable, though, for the game, but I'm sure he will play. But the Browns do look good at -2, but personally, I'm probably not going to bet on this one. I'm probably going to stay away. I think both of these teams have the ability to kind of show up and score. So maybe look at the under or the over as a potential bet. Once again, not financial advisors. Just going to throw that out there again. But I don't know. That's my take. What do you guys think?
Dalvin Cook is limited still. Is he going to play?
I'm not sure.
Do we know?
I have not been
Okay.
paying too much attention.
So that's
He's on
not
my
promising.
team.
You can't count on it. Yeah, I agree with you, man. This is a no-fly zone for me.
Yeah.
As far as betting, but I will take the Brownies to take this one. I just think they're so strong on both sides of the line.
Yep.
Their O-line's really good, D-line's really good, and I think that they can shut down the Vikings' run game. Minnesota was really impressive last week, but the Brownies have got to be a top 3 team in the AFC, right?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, they looked good against the Chiefs until they didn't in the second half, and they were away in Arrowhead. Their punter dropped a punt. Like if he gets that punt off, it's a whole new game.
Yep, taking the Brownies and staying completely away from everything you can bet on.
Fair enough.
Good to see Odell back last week too, by the way. Shout out.
Absolutely. It was fun. He got some fun targets. Hopefully he can maybe haul a few of them in this time. But I'm with you. I'm going to take the Browns on the pick'em. But yeah, I'm not touching this with a 10-foot pole with my money. John Boy?
That's fair. I think, I mean, again, for me, it's pretty much in the same boat as you guys. But the one thing for me that I'm going to pivot on is that if the Browns are going to stop the run, then the Vikings are going to rely on their pass game that's been relatively, successful. And they let Kirk go.
Yeah.
He had 42, 32, 38 passes in his last 3 games, so they'll let him sling it. And they have a receiving core that'll go and get the ball.
Very true.
So because of that, I'm actually going to go with the Vikings in a
Cook
shootout.
Cousins?
I'm going, baby. I'm going. Fucking sound the horns. Sound the horns.
And a baby. I like it.
I do like that, being the outlier, because we do have Tom taking the Brownies as well. He's a big Baker guy. I think he likes taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. What can we say? Don't we all?
I think it'll be a good game, though, regardless of who you pick right now.
I
There's
think it will,
reasons
too.
on both sides of the ball, but it's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'll be back and forth. Once again, like I said, think about the
an
over,
early
but
game?
it's at 51.5. I believe that is an early game. So I'll be honest, when I set up the order of these, I just go based off what's on Bovada. That's what I use to bet. So I kind of just go off the order there.
Yeah.
It would be nice to have the times, but do a little bit of research yourself. Not you guys, the fans. Chat. Do some research. Come on.
Yeah, you guys, do your fucking research.
Yeah, do your fucking homework. Jesus.
I have something up right now, so I
Well,
will be
it
able
is.
to confirm
It
or
is the
deny
early
early
game.
games.
Yes.
All right, deal. Well, 10 o'clock.
Do your own freaking research.
Yeah, come on. Jeez, we don't ask that much of you guys. All right, moving on. We have next the Lions versus the Bears. Oh my, Lions, Tigers and Bears.
Oh my.
Lions +3, Bears -3. Over under at 42. I'm gonna say it, and I think we're all gonna say it. Lions +3 is a fucking lock all day long after what we saw from the Bears last week.
Yeah. No, I'm completely with you. Lions play tough. I think they're going to get to Justin Fields. If he starts, I actually don't even know who they're going to roll out at this time. I know Andy Dalton is questionable, so I don't really care who they roll out. I think the Lions they're pretty promising the way that they play. It's in Chicago, but I really like the Lions +3. I can't believe that they're not favored, actually.
I'm with you on that too. I think the only reason they're not favored is because they're away. But I mean, if you look at who they've played and how they've played, and we talked about this on Tuesday, they're buying in. They're buying into Dan Campbell, and they're playing their asses off. And the Bears are the complete opposite of that. Everybody's
I
like,
saw Dan Campbell today say that he's going to unleash. He didn't say unleash, but he's going to unleash DeAndre Swift.
ooh.
He said you're going to see a lot more Swift.
Oh, really? Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Very cool.
They got a good two-headed beast with Jamal Williams too, but DeAndre Swift is special.
Oh yeah, he is. When he's on, he is on, and he's great. So I'm definitely gonna be taking Lions in the pick'em as well. What do you guys got?
I'm for all those. It's just Bears have a very bad offensive line, and the Lions have a sneaky good defensive line. I don't think, regardless of who plays quarterback for the Bears, I don't think it really matters. And I think the Lions are going to go ahead and get the W.
The Bears have a bad thing going overall.
Yep.
Just everything is not clicking.
Everything sucks. Besides being excited about Justin Fields' future, but you got to protect him. They're still not naming a quarterback as of yesterday. Lions all the way, baby.
Yep.
Yeah. Lions all day. Tom is in the same boat. We're all going Lions, so we're all going to win, and we're all going to look like fucking idiots.
It
But
could be Nick Foles.
Oh, if it's
And
Nick
I reserve the
Foles,
right
that
to
changes
change my
things.
pick if it's Nick Foles.
Absolutely, dude. BDN coming in as a backup. We all know what he can do when coming in as a backup. Oh, and Light Ninja in the chat says, "Duh, Bears." Dude, I don't know.
Bears.
They're looking tough. Yuzuka says, "Nice shirt." I assume she's talking to John on that one.
Oh,
But-
new Bayside shirt.
In-N-Out burgers are
Ooh.
pretty good, man.
Yeah, thanks, dude. 70th anniversary,
Like 12 years ago, right?
That was a while ago. Yeah, this is an old. This is definitely an old shirt. They're probably on their 80th by now, honestly. All right.
And for a
Well,
re-up.
yeah, exactly. Well, speaking of greasy food, we're gonna move on down to Buffalo, New York, where we got the Texans taking on the Bills. The Texans are at +16.5. The money line is at
Wow.
+750. Over under set at 47.
Shit.
I'm not touching that game.
Same. I'm
16.5-point favorites for Buffalo.
yeah.
So crazy.
I'm not a fan. I'm never a fan of spreads that big.
And if I am going to be
Yeah.
a fan of it, like I would, if you wanted to try and get action on this game, I would think about taking Texans +16.5. It's a lot of fucking points. Granted, the
Really?
Bills, we saw last week that they can score a shit ton of points, and the Texans defense arguably is worse than the Washington football team, which was supposed to be a good defense, but is clearly underperforming. So
maybe if Bama was playing like Miami of Ohio, I'd take that spread.
yeah,
but
right.
I don't like it. I obviously taking the Buffalo Bills, but that's a game that I am not touching at all. What's the over/under? Actually, was
47.
I'm flirting with the over. I'm thinking about asking the over.
That's not a bad idea. I mean, because
thinking about it,
the Bills could easily put up 34 on their own.
Yeah,
and I could see the Texans
and
scoring
the Texans
2 touchdowns.
I mean, they put up some points week 1. That was a Tyrod Taylor. But
I was gonna say, is Tyrod back?
I don't think so. I think he's gonna be out a while.
Yeah.
Davis Mills looked okay.
He looked
that
okay.
Bills defense
They're
is a
just
top
not
3
very good.
defense right now, though. So I
Yeah,
don't know. It's going to be tough for the Texans to move the ball.
Brandon Cooks is a sneaky top. I think he's top 3 in receiving yards this season.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
It doesn't really mean anything, but
Nope.
it just shows that nobody knows what's going on in Houston.
Fair.
They're just doing
Bills.
what they can. But
I feel
think
bad for
it's-
Brandon Cooks. He is a very, very good player.
Oh, he's incredible. He's great.
He's been traded, I think, 4 times since he got drafted in 2014, first rounder. And he's always good.
He'll end up somewhere. He'll go get a.
I don't
he'll
know why
go ring
nobody
chasing.
wants him to be like a staple year in, year out for their team. He's gone. He got drafted by the Saints, got traded to the Patriots, went to the Rams, right?
Yeah, he was on the Rams for I think a couple of years.
Yeah.
And it was like the thing is he was always kind of it's like on those teams he seemed like he was kind of the number one always, but then it was like he would get the double coverage and then Cooper Kupp blew up and then they're like, oh, we don't really need Cooks anymore, and so then they would trade
Cook's
him.
the trade bait guy. He
Yeah.
performs really
Yeah.
well, and then he's also expendable once you realize that you either drafted the right guy or had somebody within the organization already. So
1,000-yard receiver. Broncos, go get him. They just lost Hamler.
hey, yeah, that's a good plan. That's a good
That's not
idea.
That's
Interesting.
not a bad play at all. So Tom is also taking the Bills. I assume we're all taking Bills in the pick'em as well.
Yes, sir.
Once again, we're all going to win together or die together, but I think we're pretty safe on that one.
This one feels pretty.
Yeah, this one feels pretty fucking. Might be the mortal lock of the week. Back when we used to do those. Throwback. All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Not really too much to talk about anymore on that one. So let's move on down. We're going. Oh, no, that's Cali. God damn it. I forgot what Miami sounds like. But we're going to Miami. We got the Colts versus the Dolphins.
Welcome to my.
There it is.
Bienvenido. Ami.
So we got Colts versus Dolphins. Colts are underdogs by 2 points. Very small spread. And the over-under is set at 42.5. I have, once again, I don't really want to touch this game. The Dolphins -2 is intriguing. It is intriguing. However, Carson Wentz could all of a sudden just be like superhuman strength and show up with horrible ankles but still sling the rock. So I don't want to touch it with my money.
No, I wouldn't want to touch it with anybody's money, to be honest. The dude has the max number of sprained ankles that you can have on a human being. So it's like I don't know. And Miami just played the Raiders, who look like a legit playoff team right now, and they played them in an overtime thriller.
Yep.
And I think Brissett is a very serviceable QB. I think he's going to come out there and be a veteran, and he's playing against an old team of his, the Colts. But yeah, I think the Dolphins are going to win here. I think the line's kind of ridiculous, but that's because I think the Colts are just not that good of a team.
You know what? I wasn't going to touch this game, but now I'm like half a seltzer in, so I'm feeling a little loose. You know?
Ooh, okay.
The line has actually moved to 1.5 since.
Wow.
And
Fast
I
lines today.
like the Dolphins in this game. Jacoby Brissett,
Yeah.
revenge game, baby.
Yep, that's what I was
I
thinking
think
too.
the Colts suck. I think Carson Wentz can't move, and Brissett looked pretty good. You know, like John said, he's serviceable, not sexy, but I mean, he's debatably better than Tua.
That's kind of my.
I don't think that's complete conjecture. So
I didn't want to say it. I'm glad you.
I'm
said
going
it.
Brissett, revenge game, taking the
Boom.
Dolphins, taking the spread. Let's go.
All right,
Go,
Dolphins
baby.
all the way, baby. I'm also going to be taking the Dolphins. I'm going to also be taking the Dolphins. It's too easy of a pick. Like I said, spread is interesting. Maddie, now you got me thinking about it. Are you making some live bets right now, dude? Are you on?
I am.
Ooh.
Oh, baby. I love that. So, Yeah, Dolphins
I'm
all
not going to
day.
name the service that I'm going to use because we're not sponsored by them yet.
I
Or
know.
else I would.
I kind
No
of gave
love.
out a free ad earlier. Oh, here
No
we
love.
got an exclamation cheers in chat. Crack that motherfucking brewski. I got water today because I'm gonna go see a show later. I want to
Yeah.
be somewhat sober, but I'll be drinking later tonight.
I got water because I'm a shell of a human being right now.
That's
so
smart man. Smart man.
You did enough last night for everybody.
Exactly. So once again, though, we're looking at Tom here. Tom, once again, gonna be the outlier. He's taking the Colts. I think he's taking the Colts because he just wants Carson Wentz to play so that the Eagles get a first-round pick.
Yep.
I don't know why he thinks they're going to beat the Dolphins. I would love to hear his take. Maybe we'll have to get a report from, I think he was in Avengers Town today or whatever the fuck that area is called now. He's in the Avengers area of Disneyland today. So
does Tom know the max number of ankles that a human being can sprain? Let's get that information over to him while he's in the field. He might just not have the information. So
Yeah.
let's get that to him.
it sounds like he might not have that. We'll send him a carrier pigeon. Hopefully they can fly down to LA in time. All right, moving on. I wish Tom was here for this one because we're talking Eagles versus Chiefs. So we have the Chiefs as a 7-point favorite. Eagles are clearly going to be getting 7 points, and we have the over-under set at 54.5.
Yes.
So I'm going to open the floor. I've been kind of talking first on all these. Matt, what you think about this one?
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs as a lock at -7. Thought it was interesting that Jalen Hurts said that when you take you a deuce, you don't look at it, you just flush it. But sometimes when you take you a deuce and you flush it, there is residue on the toilet bowl, and I think we're going to see that in Sunday's game a little bit. The Chiefs are pissed off. They've lost 2 in a row. I think they're going to go to Philly, and I think it's going to be a little bit of a bird beatdown. It's not going to be fun for Philly fans. There's going to be a little bit of I think they're already feeling that after the Cowboy game that maybe we're not as good as we thought we might be. Still a wide open division, but I'm definitely taking the Chiefs here, and I'm smashing the spread for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you on
-7, that is a nice one.
That is very nice. I mean, that is maybe
Arguably
the best spread, lowest spread we've seen for the Chiefs in a while.
That is a warm cup of soup on a crisp fall day.
Good soup. Good soup.
Good soup.
Good soup.
Yeah, I've also got the Chiefs as I had them. I didn't have them as a lock, but I had them as I will probably bet them -7. It's just too easy. Why would you do it? The Eagles, just like you said, look like shit. Chiefs have a chip on their shoulder after losing 2 in a row. They're going to come out and just smash on the Eagles.
We already got the Mahomes is no longer elite talk.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. He's going to come out with something to prove.
If he just looks at his receivers,
yeah. One thing to look at too is
Eyes on the receivers.
yeah, just keep eye contact.
Yeah, for real.
The over-under is a little interesting. It's very high, in my opinion. I would consider taking the under on this one just because, yeah, the Chiefs are probably going to score 30 points, but I don't think the Eagles are going to score 20. So it's very interesting that
54 and a half.
54 and a half. That seems like a lot of points for an Eagles versus Chiefs. I mean, we just watched Eagles play Cowboys. In theory, the Chiefs have a better offense than the Cowboys. But I think that over did hit, but that was at like 52, and it barely hit, and that's because I think the Cowboys scored like 40 points. So that could happen here, but I'm not banking on it.
That makes me queasy. I'm not touching it.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch it either. Johnny boy, what you thinking?
I'm going Chiefs with you guys for a lot of the points that you guys made. It's just Chiefs below 500 for the first time since I think they said it's like week 10 in 2015. Wow. So it's like
wow.
They're in an uncomfortable spot, and all the Mahomes talk that's come out, and yeah, I think the Chiefs, like you had said, are very similar to the Cowboys, and so they'll be able to pick apart kind of an already battered Eagles defense. So yeah, I've got the Chiefs as well, and I agree with you. I don't know if the Eagles are gonna be able to help in that over under. I don't know that they get 20 points.
I think they'll get maybe 17 if they're lucky.
I really think this spread is just a hard overreaction.
It is.
The Chiefs are still the Chiefs. Mahomes is still Mahomes.
Yep.
I don't
understand the panic here.
Yeah,
I agree.
That is a kind of a common theme throughout this week when I was setting up the document for all the spreads and everything. It's a very common thread. There's a lot of overreactions, I think. I mean, and maybe even underreactions. I mean, Cowboys at -4.5. You got Lions at +3. It seems like there's a lot of lopsided spreads going on here. It's really odd. I don't know what Vegas is thinking, but maybe they have the almanac and we don't know what the fuck's going on.
Do we get a Josh Gordon sighting? He's eligible to
Ooh.
play this week.
Probably not.
Maybe late in the game, but I don't think so.
I will say once the Chiefs get the potential that Josh Gordon, I'm just excited. I'm just excited. I want him to go in. I want him to play. I want him to do well. But
Dude,
we'll
root
see.
for him every year.
Do you have shares?
I know.
Do you have shares?
No. No.
You haven't bought your Flash coin yet, dude? Come on. You got to get in. So we're all taking the Chiefs.
Yep.
I'm cautiously optimistic about that signing, but
yeah,
I'd love to see him get it back on track. It just seems like we've all been duped enough times by Josh Gordon.
every year. It happens every year where it's like, oh, he's back, he's healthy,
I
he's
love
been
you,
sober.
Josh, but I just can't do this anymore.
I just can't quit you, but I have to. It's like him and drugs. All right, so
Oh, God.
he's sick.
There it is.
I feel bad for the guy. So we're taking Chiefs. Tom, once again, the outlier, taking the birds. Can't blame the guy. He's betting with his heart. It's not what you're supposed to do, but can't blame him one way or another. So, Tom, good luck, Godspeed, but you're going to be in for a disappointing week, I think. Alrighty. Moving on. Next, we have Titans versus Jets. Once again, this seems like another very, very lopsided spread. We have the Titans at only -7 against arguably the worst team in the league. We have over-under set at 44.5. I've got the Titans as an absolute lock at -7.5. So that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, I mean Titans. Enough said. It's the Jets. It's just not.
Yeah,
it's a young team.
Jets.
It's a young team that's still finding an identity under a new head coach. It's going to take some time, and Derrick Henry on the other side of the ball. All you have to do is run it with that guy 25 times, and it's going to be pretty good. So, not really a lot to look at here. Titans.
Me says that the Jets are really good.
He's right.
Yeah.
He's also one of the biggest trolls I've ever met in my life. So just throwing that out there. I wish we had an over/under on Zach Wilson interceptions. I'm just gonna go 2.5 over/under.
2.5's good. I'll take the under. He'll throw 2.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
That's probably not a bad bet. That's not a bad bet.
This line has moved to 6.5. So
What?
I love this one actually.
How? This is insane.
I am madly in love with this one.
Yeah, like who
It's
is
a lot.
betting the Jets on this? Like to move the line enough?
How are they
That's
only 6.5
insane.
point favorites? I don't understand it.
Because they're at home.
This is a Derrick Henry game, man.
Yeah, it's
He's gonna-
100% attractive.
I mean, it's always a Derrick Henry game, but I think he's getting 20 to 25 carries. And
Yeah.
I just don't see it. I don't see how this is such a convenient spread for us to bet on. It's a lock. I will. I'm not gonna chop my pinky off if it doesn't hit.
It's more
But I
than
would.
luck.
This is one like if there was a Mayo bet that I would be willing to make a Mayo bet on.
So I mean,
Oh, wow.
are you going to be making a Mayo bet?
Does it always? It always has to be a Mayo bet.
Yeah,
That's what sucks
I
about
know,
Mayo
we should
bets
do-
is
yeah.
that they're always Mayo bets.
From. We're gonna need to dive into the archives and see where this came from.
I think it
'cause
came
don't
from like a
remember this.
man egg or something. I think it's maybe.
I
I
don't
think
remember
True
this.
Grit maybe brought up the man egg, and then all of a sudden it was like, all right, mayonnaise, we're doing it.
Mayonnaise.
All right, well, yeah, there's really not much more to say there. I mean, the Jets are terrible. You guys already covered it. If the Titans score 1 touchdown, then Derrick Henry gets the ball the rest of the game, and it's absolutely over.
Yep.
So Titans lock at 7, over under. I don't even really want to talk about it, to be honest.
That's I'm looking at the under on that one though.
Yeah,
The Titans and Colts. I took the under at 48 last week. Was not disappointed. So that's another one that I'm gonna nervously make eye contact with a few times and possibly approach.
there you go. All right, deal. You're swiping right on the under.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the under a super like possibly.
Oh, okay,
Wow.
okay. I like that.
Wow.
Getting serious.
Wow. Did you buy more super likes for this week? Because I sure would have.
Yeah, I would. If I'm betting, sure.
Yeah. All right, moving on. We're going down to Atlanta, where the Falcons are going to be taking on the Washington football team. We got Washington football team -1.5. Falcons are only getting 1.5. The money line for the Falcons is even, which is I kind of want to flirt with it maybe a little bit. I've got the even marked as like a maybe. I'll probably reevaluate the closer we get to the game. It's going to be interesting. This could be either the Falcons tearing apart Washington football team's defense and showing that they're just complete frauds, or their defense could finally step up and be like, okay, this is who they're supposed to be. How do you guys think it's going to go?
I think this is the Washington football team's perfect time to make a statement.
I agree.
I think they're still have a chance to be a good defense. I think Heineke's, he's going to be up and down, but he's fine. I think they'll score enough points. The Falcons look really bad, especially against pressure. Like Matt Ryan he looks shot.
Yeah.
And I'm not super comfortable with the spread because it's almost a pick 'em anyways, but I'll take the money line on Washington football team, and I think Chase Young will get a couple sacks here.
Yep.
Statement game for the
That's
WFT that's going to propel them to maybe making a run at their division.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that this is the wake up game for the defense that is supposed to be, because they are not supposed to be the worst ranked defense in the league right now. There's no way. So
They were
against
top 3 last year.
Exactly. Against the Falcons team right now that we're still kind of wondering how they found a way to beat the Giants. Because I agree with Matt. It's confusion over there, man. It's just not a good offense. It's not a good team. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Washington football team here.
All right.
I want to see them feature Kyle Pitts like a number 1 receiver.
Me too, man. I have him in my league, and it's unrequested fantasy segment, but it's like, dude, he has done nothing, and this is the number 4th pick in the draft, and you haven't gotten him over like 4 receptions in one game. That's insane to me. And I don't know if that's just because Matt Ryan isn't really used to throwing to tight ends. He's had great receivers almost his entire career. I mean, him and Austin Hooper had a nice connection for a while. So
maybe it's the Arthur Smith offense.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how heavily they didn't. I mean, they were kind of tight end heavy in Tennessee.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, all right. I'm gonna be
feature him.
I'm gonna be a little
12 targets.
I'm gonna be a little divisive here. Fuck it. I'm going with the Falcons. I kind of like the money line at even. If you feel scary about it, take the points. You'll lose an extra $1 or $2. But I think coming off the win, even though it was like they barely skated by against the Giants, hopefully they figured something out on the offensive side of the ball. I would love, like you said, to see Kyle Pitts get involved. Hopefully he can get his first tutty. That would make me a very happy boy. So Tom is also running with the Falcons. So me and Tom, we're together on this one, dude. Bring me some of that Disney magic, because we're going to fucking need it on this one.
I just want to see Washington be the defense that we think it can be. Yeah. So I think this is their time, just for all the things that you guys had said. Pitts isn't featured in the offense. The offense looks like it doesn't have an identity right now anyway. Matt Ryan's just not that good right now. Yeah.
I'm with you. Alrighty, moving on. We are going finally back to New Orleans. The Saints will be back in the Superdome to take on the Giants. Yeah, dude. The Saints are going to walk in a parade and stomp all over the Giants, in my opinion. Giants get 7.5 points. Over-under is at 42, which is a bit... and maybe a bit low, but as we've seen, the Giants don't like scoring touchdowns. So it's very interesting. I'm probably not going to touch this game at all with money. Again, it's just, who knows? I mean, the Saints could be a lock at 7.5. I'm not sure. What do you guys think?
I mean, I'm taking the Saints for sure, because that Superdome is going to be insanely rowdy.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts.
It's Daniel Jones is walking into a very, very tough environment, and I don't know that. I mean, he's had some flashes. He is obviously getting better, but this is just kind of a buzzsaw, I believe. And I think it falls on just the Saints are going to have a better offense. I mean, it looks serviceable. They're doing a good job mitigating how Jameis has his hands on the offense. So, but kind of an energy game for me in this one. The Superdome is just going to be insane. So I think it's going to be kind of one of those passion wins for the Saints.
Agreed. Yeah, I think I'm not touching this with my money because I just don't know what to make of the Saints.
Yep.
But they should win the game. I'm going to take them to win it. And I agree, it's going to be rocking in the Superdome. It's going to be shades of Katrina when they came back on that Monday Night Football game.
Absolutely.
And just fucking dominated. I think it's going to be a little bit like that. So definitely taking the Saints, but I can't bet on it, man. I just don't know what to make of this team. They're a weird one.
They're weird, and I think it's cause Jameis, man.
It's because Jameis.
It's literally
he's weird.
He's so weird, and
Exactly.
he could go out there and throw 5 touchdowns, or he could throw 2 touchdowns and 2 picks. Like we don't know. Even against a shitty defense, against a shitty defense, he still might just have a shitty game because he's just flinging the ball.
We're talking about a guy that threw 30 picks in 2019.
Yeah. Clearly doesn't value the ball. But I think this will be a big Kamara game. Like you said, they're going to get ahead. They're just going to run Kamara, and the Saints will be marching down to NOLA once again. So
I'm making just like a bold prediction, one of those weird prop bets. Like I hit a prop bet that Trey Lance would score a rushing touchdown. I might do like a fun little prop bet that Tony Jones will get one first of the year.
Ooh, okay.
Because I think the Saints are going to run the ball pretty heavy.
I think so too.
Like, I could see a Tony Jones tutty.
I was thinking maybe a Taysom Hill rushing tutty. That could be a fun prop too.
Vulture,
dude. Always the vulture. Yeah, interesting game, but we're all picking Saints. Tom picked Saints too. So once again, we ride together, we die together. A-Gap boys for life.
Gang.
Gang. All right, moving on. We are going down to Los Angeles, where we have the Cardinals taking on the Rams in an NFC West battle. Right now, the Cardinals are, I see 4.5 on the spread, 180 on the money line, which I'll be honest, piques my interest a little bit. Granted, the Rams are incredible, but you never know with these interdivision rival games what's going to happen. Over-under's at 55. It's high, but we both know these teams can explode. I mean, I'm just personally thinking the Rams, obviously, great defensive line, but Kyler's just slippery as fuck. And so he's going to, I think, get out of the pocket. I think this is going to be a closer game than we think.
It's moved to a 4-point game. So
Okay.
I just took that. I'm taking the Rams. I'm taking the spread too. They just look absolutely incredible against the Bucs last week. I do think, Kyler's slippery. But that D-line is really good. That secondary is really good. I think they'll bait Kyler into throwing a pick. It's just hard to see the Rams slowing down, especially at home after seeing what they did last week. I will take that spread all day.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in that boat as well. I think the Rams just they are those guys this year. I mean, they're for real. I know that DeAndre Hopkins is also a little bit banged up, so Jalen Ramsey is going to be able to key in on him pretty well. And I know that the Cardinals have other options, but yeah, that defense is just too good. And I think Stafford is going to find a way to get, cup the ball. Robert Woods is going to get the ball. Deshaun is going to be running deep all game. It still looks like he's the fastest guy in the NFL. So I think the Rams come away with it for sure.
I think it'll be a big AJ Green game again. That's what happened last week. Hopkins didn't really get the ball a lot. I think AJ Green could pop off this week. Just throwing that out there. I'm also going to take the Rams. I thought about being the outlier here because Tom is also going to be taking the Rams, but I can't do it. I can't lose. I got to stick with the boys once again. Ride together, die together. I got to do it. I can't be the guy taking the Cardinals. Granted, that 180 money line, it's enticing. So that could hit big, but I think, like you guys said, Rams are just too damn good.
Yeah.
Key for the Cards to me is get the ball to Rondale Moore, get some home runs.
Yeah, true.
The Rams they're
so good.
They can hit so many home
They're
runs,
so
and not
good.
just with D-Jax. They can hit. They've got a guy that runs a 4.7 in Cooper Kupp.
Yep.
On seam routes, getting hit in stride for long plays.
Exactly.
And they
It's
still
nuts.
have is it Malcolm Brown?
No, they got Darrell Henderson and Sony Michel.
I was thinking of a
running back.
receiver. I thought, never mind. All right, I'm done.
Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp,
Robert
Deshaun Jackson,
Woods, that's who I
and
was
Van
thinking of.
Jefferson.
Yeah, I was thinking about Robert Woods. That
Yeah.
guy's been
Robert.
almost non-existent. You forgot he was on their team even. All right, moving on. Should we play the graphic boys? We're going back to San Francisco.
I think we need it.
All
I
right,
think we need to up it.
we gotta up it. All right, here we go, boys. It's Niners Nightly on the A-Gap Podcast.
This is where there will be sounds and cool stuff from Niners history.
Yeah,
Maybe
we gotta
who's
up
got
the
it better
graphic.
than us. A pick
Yep.
of the stick.
Yep. We should just get
Just-
one of
just
Cap
use your
kneeling,
imagination.
one of Cap kneeling in
Use your
there.
imagination.
So we got the Seahawks coming to San Francisco, aka Santa Clara, to take on the Niners. Once again, another NFC West division rival. Seahawks get +3 in this, which is enticing. Not taking the Seahawks, but Niners at -3. I like that. Obviously, I never bet with my heart, but if you're not a Niners fan, consider it. Over under at 52. Is this going to be a bounce back win for the Niners?
Has to be.
Yeah.
Must.
Has to be.
The 2 words that I wrote in my notes for this game are must win. And I think whenever you're talking about an NFC West game, it's must win. But the Niners, off of a heartbreak loss, cannot lose to a slumping Seattle right now, because I just think that does a lot for our mentality. We need to go in there and we need to get our business done. We need to prove that this team only lost on what was an amazing Aaron Rodgers drive. Let's be real. So defense needs to come out, needs to put on a show. The arena is going to be packed, millions in the stands. It's time to put on a show, baby. Lights come on. So
Let's go.
Dr.
Yeah,
Disrespect shout out right there. Just,
Hell
big time Niners fan as well. So big
I'm
shout
with
out
you.
to the
I
Doc.
think the Seahawks defense is pretty weak. The Niners weren't able to run the ball super well last week, so that's going to be an interesting matchup to watch.
True.
I mean, I think if Elijah Mitchell plays, that's a huge boon for the Niners running game. But they have to be more physical up front on both sides. It's going to be tough to get to Russell Wilson. It's going to be tough for those young DBs. And, I mean, they're pretty banged up in the secondary. So you've got these home run hitters like Lockett and Metcalf. You're going to have to stop those plays or at least minimize them. Yeah, this is a must-win game, especially with Seattle reeling. This is the time that you can reestablish that you're a physical team because you just took a shit on Sunday Night Football against a team that's widely considered to not be very physical, and you view yourself as a bully of a team. You got to show it on Sunday.
Yep.
But I am taking the Niners to do that, but I think it'll be a close game. Therefore, not touching it with my money.
Yep, I'm right there with you. Never touch Niners games with my money. I just can't do it because I'm biased. Also, the only thing I'm a little worried about is the Seahawks are just going to watch film from last week and be like, this is how Devontae Adams tore the Niners apart. Granted, Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams is a fucking cheat code, but Russell Wilson, Metcalf, and Lockett, as you said, have the potential to hit those home run balls or have the potential to pick us apart on some stuff going across the middle. So it'll be interesting, but Niners got to buck up. I'm still taking the Niners, going to go through and through. Once again, Tom's taking the Niners. We're riding together. We're dying together, boys. Hopefully,
Yeah, you can't take Seattle 3 weeks straight.
God,
Colby.
no. God, no. I can't. I really can't. Especially against the Niners. Like,
Especially when you got 2 straight L's taking them.
You know?
That's just by rule.
I'm
You
okay
can't.
with that.
I'm not taking a team 3 weeks in a row that lost me twice before.
True that.
That's just the rule.
I just haven't been
Them's
paying
just
that
the
much
rules.
attention, apparently.
The Chiefs, actually, I already took the Chiefs, though. And they've done that.
Uh-oh.
Broke the rule.
Dude, hypocrite out here. All right, this is another one. We're going to go out to Denver, where we got the Broncos taking on the Ravens up in Mile High Stadium. The Ravens are an underdog here at +1, minus 105 on the money line, and then we have over under 45. It is interesting, though, that the Broncos money line is +115. So even though the Ravens get 1 point, the Broncos money line has a higher payout, which seems weird, but
Yeah.
that's just how I think I read it. Maybe I put that in wrong, but still, I think Ravens at +1 is a lock all day, even though the Broncos are 3-0. If you look at the opponents they've played, they are 0-9. So it's just, to me, the Ravens have had much harder schedule. They beat the Chiefs. They've had 2 other hard games. I'm taking Ravens +1 all day here. And
It
I'm
is
putting my
moved
money.
to a dead even money line. It's
Oh.
a straight pick 'em on the spread,
Wow.
minus 110.
Okay.
Yeah,
So even.
It's completely even right now. Over-under's at 45. I'm taking the Ravens too, but I really don't know what to make of this one. Lions played the Ravens really tough, and this will be a good test for the Broncos to see if they're actually a decent team because they really haven't played anybody yet. I'm still taking the Ravens, but I think the spread is about right.
I mean, Broncos have some injuries to the line and at linebacker. The Ravens possess the offense that can hit those home run plays. And like you had said, the Broncos are playing, they're 3-0, but look at who they beat. So it's just kind of one of those things for me. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Ravens as well. Broncos have to prove something.
They do. And this, I mean, if they win this game, this would be a statement game of like, okay, shit, the Broncos might be a little more for real than we think. However, it'll be interesting. It'll be very, very, very interesting. So Tom, unfortunately, I don't know if you guys think this is fair. Tom never gave us a pick for this game. And I texted him this morning at about 10 o'clock, and I said, Tom, if you don't get back to me, you're going to get the points favorite. At the time, it was the Broncos at -1. So, is it fair? I need to ask the committee. Is it fair that I give Tom Broncos on the pick'em?
Hell yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's been several hours and no response. I mean,
No
we got
response.
the receipts. It's totally fair.
Like, we get it. You're in Disneyland, dude, but like you have
There was no pushback from him.
Nothing.
Nothing. So I took that as a go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, then is that how we should do it for mine? Is we should go back and look at what the lines
we
were?
Could. I don't even know if we could find that. That would be
No,
hard.
I like the
That'd be a
idea
tough
of
archive.
in week 18 having you go back and
All right.
don't be doing any studying over the
I
next
won't.
several
I
weeks.
won't.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got his like flashcards every week.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we got a new follow.
We did get a new follow. I'm not sure if it's bot. If you're a real person, degree sext. Appreciate it. Thank you for the new follow. I did see you created your account yesterday. So
well, okay.
hopefully you're real. If you're not, well, thanks for the follow anyways, and hopefully it'll stick around and be legit. So
Thanks for pumping those numbers.
thanks for
Please,
bumping the
the algorithm.
numbies. Give us the numbies. We need the numbies. All right, so we got Tom with the Broncos. The rest of us are taking Ravens. Hammer Ravens even or money line. Yeah, Drew said doesn't look good. So I think our follower count from 121 to 120 very quickly after he followed us. So I think
good.
it was
Okay.
a bot. So get him out of here. All right, moving on. We are going up to
Tom
Lambeau.
would pick the Broncos. You are right.
Yeah, he absolutely would pick the Broncos. He's a big Broncos guy. Big Broncos guy.
He is a
Big
big Broncos guy.
guy.
I've noticed that. I've said
Yeah.
that for years.
Yeah.
Big Broncos guy.
Loves horse.
Everyone knows it.
Loves horses. Big horse guy.
Big horse guy.
All right, we're going to Lambeau.
I remember
Oh,
going
shit.
to Tom's house growing up, and he just had like posters of horses all
Yeah.
over his room, dude.
True.
Super weird.
Tom was actually the first one I think I ever met to date a horse girl. So I think that by default makes him a horse guy.
True.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's
back to football. We got the Steelers. We got the Steelers going to Lambeau. The Steelers are a 7-point underdog. Packers obviously -7 points, and the over/under set at 45.5. Is Big Ben and the Steelers, are they gonna make it happen this week or no?
No, and
No.
I'm not touching this one at
Yeah,
all.
I'm
with
not
my
touching it
money.
either. I'm not touching it either. Stay away from this game, because
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about this one, but it's in Lambeau. I think the Packers look like they're starting to click. The Steelers, on offense at least, are not clicking at all. Definitely taking the Packers, not touching it with my money, and probably won't watch this one at all.
Ooh, okay.
Be
So
honest.
I did just look up the weather. It says it's a 70% chance to rain with an 86% humidity at 67 degrees. So it might be a wet, slippery game, which could
Mud Bowl?
might be a mud bowl, which might
Between
narrow
two classic
that
teams.
spread a little bit. But also, Big Ben, I mean, he was slipping on a dry field last week, so I don't know how he's going to do on a wet field. Yeah, as me said in the chat, Big Ben is absolutely washed.
Yes.
I'm taking Packers here all day, and I'm not touching it with my money at all.
He's getting a little surly in his pressers, too.
Yeah, he's getting a little mean. And it's like, dude, we don't owe you shit. You have, like, yeah, you're probably going to be a Hall of Famer, but...
What I don't like about Big Ben is that he has gone from, the guy that got in the motorcycle crash, had all those accusations, and now because he found Jesus, he's all fucking high and mighty.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
No.
Like, people don't forget, Ben.
Yeah. Sorry,
People
bud.
don't forget.
Never forget.
Yeah. Give me the Packers all day, every day.
Packers all day. It hurts rooting for him after this fucking last week, but it's bound to
Do you
happen.
think Big Ben's teammates like him? Like, as a human?
No, I really don't.
I don't
think,
either.
No, Juju doesn't seem like the guy that would like want to hang out with Big Ben. Like he's not. Juju isn't gonna want to go like smoke a cigar with Big Ben on his patio and talk leathers and beef jerky. Like
Talk about the Lord.
Yeah, talk about
That's-
their
yeah.
Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Also, once again, always squatting on this take. Big Ben away game, hotel pillows, terrified. He's gonna play.
He's gonna come in with a neck brace on.
Yeah,
I slept wrong.
Yeah. I slept
hotel
wrong.
pillow.
These damn hotel pillows. I can't get over this fucking phobia.
You see him like get knocked over, and he's just holding his neck on his knee, just rattled.
You know what? I could honestly see Big Ben, and I'm not trying to turn this into a political conversation, but I could see Big Ben being like a big My Pillow guy, like super into the My Pillow, like cooling pillow that fucking guy was all into. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be like a pitch man for My Pillow with absolutely no awareness of what's been going on with their CEO over the last year or so.
Yep, exactly. So that would be fun to see. All right, moving on. So we've been fucking cruising through these boys. So we're about 15 minutes away from kickoff. We got 3 games left to cover. So we're
perfect. We're at cruising altitude.
We are at a cruising altitude.
Go ahead
We're
and
about
put
to
your,
start our descent.
Tray tables up and put your electronic devices, stow them away.
Wi-Fi will be turned off shortly soon here. So download everything.
Whoever's been in the bathroom for the last 15 minutes, please get out.
All right.
We know you're smoking in there. We're not mad. Just get back to your seat.
We can smell the reefer. All right. So we are going to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough for the return, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Brady is going back to Foxborough to take on Bill Belichick and his former team. The Bucs are a 7-point underdog, which means Mac Jones is getting 7 points at home. We have the over-under set at 49. So, does Tom Brady go in here and just shit all over his former team, or does Bill Belichick have some special defensive package that's just going to ruin Tom Brady? What do you guys think?
So Tom Brady is he is on pace to set the all-time passing yards record during this game.
During this game, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like 180 yards away, I believe. It's like around that number.
He
Maybe
needs
even
68
less.
yards.
Oh, Jesus, I was way off. Okay.
But Tom Brady, I don't know if you saw his presser today. He's sick.
Oh, that's right.
He sounds like death.
Scratchy throat. Yeah.
He's not sick. He's not sick. They Bruce Arians turned up the speakers to above max volume for the offense. So his voice is gone, but he's not sick.
Just to simulate the game environment. Matt's like, okay, I guess all that research I did was total bullshit.
Well, Twitter lied.
They definitely lied.
And the film I saw lied.
Shocker.
The film I saw lied.
I think his
voice is scratchy. No, his voice is scratchy, that's for sure. But that's because Bruce Arians had the speakers up all the way. He was blaring music to simulate how Foxborough is going to be, because they are going to be rowdy.
That seems like something that the Bucs camp might put out, though, to like, if we're putting our tinfoil hats on here, the Bucs could be like, oh, well, we just turn the music up loud, you know. Just saying.
I think they're both uber competitors, and I respect both of them. But I think Tom Brady probably wants this game more than Bill Belichick wants this game.
I agree. I 100% agree. And we know Tom Brady is the kind of guy, he's like MJ. He holds a grudge for a long time, and he's going to carry that into Foxborough. Going into that home stadium, he wants to prove to those fans that you guys fucked up and you should have kept me around. Granted, he wanted out because Bill wanted him out. So,
I mean, it was just a good marriage that met its end. But I think they both probably want to beat each other pretty bad. But I could just see Tom. Tom is he's younger. He's got all that fire.
Yep.
Bill's got his guy. We're really happy with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think the Patriots are a good enough team to contend with the fucking Bucs, man. Even though they lost to the Rams, they're still a top 3 team in the NFL, I think. And I think this is a good Brady revenge game. I think the crowd is going to be very loud for Brady. I don't think some people have said that they're going to boo him. I don't really see that happening.
No way.
You can't
boo him. He was there for way too long. It's not like he got him 1 Super Bowl. He got him, 5?
Yeah. He still is like the face of that franchise. Like, I don't know who they think is the guy now. Mac, cool, but when you think Patriots, you think Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Very true.
So
very true.
Not betting on it, but I'm going to take the Bucs.
And a surprise twist.
Yeah, right. As for betting, I don't know. Bucs -7 is interesting. Tom Brady revenge game. He's going to want to go light it up. I think they probably could easily hold Mac to less than a couple touchdowns and force him to throw a couple interceptions. Bucs -7 is enticing to me. I'm not going to call it a lock, but I might, like you said, I might swipe right on it.
Yeah, give me the Bucks. I just, again, on paper, it doesn't look like the Pats have the tools to score on the defense or prevent Tom Brady from being able to do what he wants with the offensive weapons he possesses. So, yeah, Bucks are gonna go into Foxborough and probably have their way. So,
Yeah, I agree. And so does Tom. Tom is also taking the Bucks. So once again, we ride together, we die together. That has been for the last.
It would be like the
gang.
ultimate Bill Belichick thing to shut down Tom Brady.
Yep.
But there still
Right.
is something to be said for just the talent on either side. You know, like
exactly.
the Niners handled the Patriots last year. There's only so much you can do schematically if you don't have as much talent. Granted, the Patriots are better than they were last year, but they just don't match up.
That's exactly it.
100% agree. Matt, always with the proper takes. All right, we are now moving on to the Monday night matchup. This game is going to be so fucking fun to watch, in my opinion. Raiders versus Chargers down in SoFi Stadium. We're going back to LA. So that's wild. So the Rams are going to play on Sunday in SoFi, and then the Chargers are going to play on Monday in SoFi. So that's kind of interesting. I hope we can get a time lapse of the stadium switch, you know, the classic switching out all the panels.
I'm sure we will.
Switching out the field. Yeah, they're probably going to
That'd
show
be
it
like a
few
fun
times.
little blooper, and it goes on. Come on, man.
Yeah, come on, man. And then they have like the little Benny
Like the
Hill
ground
in the
screw guys
background.
like caught under a tarp or something for like way too long. Come on, man.
All right, well, we have the
Yakety
Raiders.
Sax is playing.
Yeah, the. All right, we got the Raiders at plus 3.5, and over under set at 51.5. Down in SoFi. Oh, I like the Chargers. I've actually got the Chargers at minus 3.5 at a lock. I know there are going to be probably a lot of Raiders fans there with it being in LA, so it could be a bit of a mixed crowd. We know that Chargers fans don't really show up all that often, but now that they have the new stadium, seems like they do. But I obviously you guys know I love Herbie. I like the Chargers this year a lot. They just beat the Chiefs. They're riding on cloud 9. I think they can keep it rolling in this game.
Is this the game of the week?
This might be game of the week.
This could be the game of the week.
This
I
I
think so.
think
There's some good ones, man.
on paper this is game of the week in my opinion.
I mean, Niners Seahawks is always a fun draw, but this is another divisional battle. Young Lunk, I was going to say earmuffs, but he's saying in the chat he thinks the Raiders are going to get their first loss of the season, but he's not even mad. They are rolling. They look really good, but I agree. I think in LA, I think it's going to be the Chargers game.
Yep.
Justin Herbert, he looked like the MVP or an MVP candidate last week. It's going to be a really fun game, but I'm taking the Chargers. I'm flirting with the spread on 3.5. I don't know if it shifted at all, but you know, like I said, I'm just gonna make eye contact awkwardly and hope that it comes and talks to me.
Yeah. Give it a little like raise your drink, just kind of a.
It's now
Salute.
-3. Is that what people do now?
I don't know. I have no clue. I've been out of the game for quite some time now, so all three of us have been. So we're who knows what the kids are doing these days?
Yeah.
They might just be like flashing tongues at each other or something. All right, -3 is even. That's a little bit
Giving the
better.
V.
Yeah, just across the room, just giving the V. It's like sup.
That's what the kids
That is
do.
what happens on TikTok, dude. It's fucking disgusting what happens on
All
that
right.
site sometimes. All right.
Kids are weird.
Kids are fucking weird. We're old as fuck. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm not 30 yet. All right. I do like -3 even more. I mean, shit. I was gonna take him at 3.5. -3. At least you can push if it's a close game, and the Chargers get the dub. John, who you taking?
Drew, I'm sorry, dude, but I'm with the Chargers. I think the Raiders look good. That defense looks good. It's gonna be, you know, a home away game for the Raiders, which is, you know, crazy. But man, Herbert looks good.
Yeah, he
looks
does.
really good. He's playing some great football right now. So I got to go with Chargers. This game is gonna be so sick. I cannot wait to watch it. But I'm gonna go LA.
We're basically holding hands with the Raiders, but then the Chargers walk by. And
Like it's that meme, the classic,
It's that
the
meme,
classic
yeah.
meme, dude. So Tom, Drew, this will make you happy. Tom is going with the Las Vegas Raiders. So Tom,
I don't
the
care if he
outlier
misses
again.
the podcast. Is he a Raider?
He blows with the autumn wind.
The autumn wind. Is
Just
a Raider.
win, baby.
Just win. So Tom's taking Raiders. Once again, the outlier, the young lunk. I got one. You got one of them. You guys will be riding together. All right, boys. So that's it for the Sunday and Monday slate. We are about 10 minutes away from kickoff. It is time. All right, Thursday night, about to kick off 15 minutes. We got the Jags versus the Bengals. This is the story of two young teams battling it out in Skyline Chili territory. We got the Jags at +7.5. We have the over-under set at 46. The tale of two young quarterbacks. Who you guys got, Burrow or Lawrence, in this one?
The battle of two big cats. In college too, right?
2020 national championship rematch right now.
Yep, it's the national championship rematch. I am taking Joe Burrow and the Bengals. I mean, I was riding with them last week when they beat the Steelers. I will ride with them again this week. I don't know if I want to take that spread though.
Yeah, that's a lot. 7.5 points is quite a bit. I had it as like a maybe for the Bengals at 7.5. We'll see. I don't know if it's moved at all. If it moved to 7, I would.
It is still 7.5.
Yeah, if it moved to 7, I would consider it. But
what do you think about the over/under? It's at 46.
Over/under at 46. And my gut reaction is it seems like quite a bit. However, I know both of these teams, more specifically the Bengals, can put up a lot of points. The Jags, I think they could try to put up a lot of points against this Bengals team. They don't have a great defense. It could be Trevor Lawrence like on a main stage. Is this his first primetime game? Am I mistaken?
I think this is.
Yeah.
Yes,
So first primetime game. The kid is used to big games. He's used to being under the big lights. He could show out, especially with him and Burrow having a little bit of rivalry between the two of them. It could end up being a good game, but I'm taking Bengals all the way. If it moves to -7, I would consider taking the spread.
This is also Lawrence's first short week, so Sunday to Thursday. So this is going to be his first time doing that. I don't see the Jaguars. The Jaguars make a couple of those passion plays. You know, I thought that definitely that kick return last week was going to do something for him, but then we saw that it isn't the case. They're still trying to figure out who they are right now, and I think the Bengals are going to be going to do just fine. Who did they drafted? Chase is his last name.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Chase, yeah.
That having that bond of just being able to throw not only through college, but now you're throwing to the same guy in the NFL. I watched them break down that touchdown that he had, and the dude's insane. It's just Burrow throws that while he's at the 23-yard line, and he goes from 2 yards behind the corner to 2 yards in front of, and gets the snag. So I mean, it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to continue to be fun to watch. Go Bengals.
Yeah, the Bengals have some big time weapons, man. I mean, they have. I think T. Higgins was a first round pick.
Mm-hmm.
He's second round. He's 33rd overall. Jamar Chase, first round pick. They got Tyler Boyd. My question that I wanted to ask, just as like a fun little bonus question, throw the teams that they're on aside, like just in a vacuum. If you had to pick one quarterback to roll with for the future, would you rather have Burrow or Lawrence?
I'd probably still go Burrow.
Yeah, I probably still would go Burrow too. I mean, Lawrence has the upside, but that's the thing is from what we've seen, it hasn't been great. And it's tough, I think, after a first year. Like, Burrow still looked better than Lawrence in his first year, arguably. Granted, they've only played a couple weeks, but I like Burrow. I like his moxie. I think Lawrence is a little more passive when it comes to like being a leader, where like Burrow immediately stepped up and was like, "This is my fucking team. Like, we're gonna go win."
And I'm a results guy. I mean, Burrow's already beat Lawrence, so I mean, if even you know, with that in mind, I still think Burrow. Or you take that out of your mind, I still think that Burrow is like Colby had said, he's the guy who's gonna get in there. He's gonna take control of the team. He's going to be a leader, and he does that on the field too by playing hard all the time.
Yeah, I think I'd take Burrow too, and it's not a knock on Trevor Lawrence. I just didn't see when people said that he is the best quarterback prospect since Andrew Luck. I never saw that when I watched him at Clemson. I thought he was really good, obviously, but I just never saw him as that guy. I think he definitely has more upside, better arm, better mobility, and could become a really great player. But I just love Joe Burrow's makeup. He's not the strongest arm guy, but he's a decent athlete, and he just got the moxie. So
Yep.
I'd probably take Burrow, but that would also be predicated on the team you build around him, and I think Cincinnati's doing a good job of that.
That's true.
And Joe Mixon
True.
finally looks good. I mean, he's having a decent year. So
He's been good his whole career. He's just
He
finally
has been.
he's got a good surrounding cast.
yeah, exactly. Well, boys, we're about 3 minutes on my clock. Let me see. Oh, Burrow wears mascara now. Really? Is it more or less than Derek Carr though?
True.
Because Derek Carr lays that shit on thick.
Yes.
Thick.
He's always emo on the sideline.
Yeah, exactly. He really is.
It was never a phase, Matt. It's a lifestyle.
It's a
That's
lifestyle,
That's right.
Mom. All right, boys. Well, we got a couple minutes till kickoff. Thanks for joining us. Anything else? Any closing statements you boys got? Put you on the spot.
This is a good week for football. There's some really, really good games out there. All the NFC West battles. Obviously, Chargers, Raiders, Brady coming home. Good week of football.
I agree. I think a lot of fun matchups, a lot of opportunities to make money. We talked about our locks. We talked about some weird spreads that are going on. So I would say take advantage of them earlier in the season than later. Once again, not a financial advisor. 1-800-GAMBLING if you have an issue. But I'm excited for this week. I can't wait. I'm going to be home all week, chilling, watching football. However, tonight I am going to miss the game. I'm going to go see Hamilton live in Sacramento. So I'm going to be getting my night at the theater on. So I'll be occasionally checking in on my phone to see what's going on. Hopefully Jamar Chase gets in the end zone. I'm finally starting him in fantasy this week, which means he probably will shit an egg. But I'm giving him a shot. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, boys.
Yeah, I'm excited for this week too. I think week 4 to week 6 is kind of when you see teams start to solidify who their identity is. So I think we'll get a better idea of who all these teams are. It'll be a good weekend of football, some good games, and hope you all enjoy it and drive safe.
Absolutely. Drive safe. Don't drink and drive.
Don't do it.
Another good suggestion. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Discord. Go give our old podcast a listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And you can watch us, obviously, live right here on Twitch and over on our YouTube page, youtube.com/TamTime. That's TAHMTIME. So check it all out. We love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'm not gonna go raid somebody because I haven't really looked for it, and the game is about to start. So go watch football. Go enjoy it. We'll be here. Text us if you guys want to hear anything else. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye. We'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.